Your name?
Daniel Ransdell.
And don't voice this part right now.
Today we're going to talk about dogs. They're really interesting animals. How they behave. Maybe you'll notice that, when a dog comes home, friends will sit on the sofa or on the chair. The dogs will start to curl up in a ball. Have you ever noticed that? The reason why is back in the past with wild dogs, they would try and find a hiding spot, and they'd go out and they'd look in a field, and there'd be tall grass, and so the dogs would look for the best place to hide, to protect themselves from their enemies. So they walk through the tall grass, they'd stomp it down, and they'd make it nice flat for a home, and they'd roll in a circle, and then they'd hide in that grass so no one could see it. And they'd lay down and they'd fall asleep. And that just passed through generations, and dogs do that to this day. They pad down and just wonder why. Dogs' hearing is just like sonar. They're really good at hearing. They can hear from very far distances. It's not the same as people. Dogs can hear much further. If you whistle, you can whistle from 1 block away, and the dog will just tone in on that. And dogs smell. It's not the same as people smell. Their nose is the size of like a stamp for a letter, kind of in a square shape. You think that dogs' smell is about 5 times stronger than humans. They can be outside and 20 minutes after or an hour ago something passes and a bloodhound is looking for it, they can still smell that. They're really experts at smelling those bloodhounds. Dogs' noses never get frozen. Humans' noses will get cold and went up, but the dog's nose will just stay wet and all through the winter. Maybe you've noticed dogs will kind of crawl around and then they'll stretch out their front legs. Really, that's their way of saying, "Hey, come play with me." They'll stretch out their legs, and maybe the dog's just trying to tell you they want to play. You may have noticed dogs are a lot easier to train than cats. Wild dogs, from the past have always needed a leader, and they'll follow and they'll obey that leader and, practice commands. So they see their owner as being a leader, and they learn, different tricks. They'll follow those tricks easily. But cats, they like to live alone and independent. They don't need a leader, So that's the interesting story about dogs.